everybody. I hope you all are doing fantastically well. So it looks like I've got one, maybe two people in here, and I would love the opportunity to get your guys' feedback as to how the audio sounds, how the video is looking. So what you should see right now is just a Microsoft Word document that I have open with the words video requests at the top. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to have this Word document open, and I'm going to list all of the requests that come my way. And if anybody wants to, vote on them, or, like let's say somebody else suggests one that you really want to see, you can feel free to add your request in the chat, or add, your vote for that request in the chat, and I can sort of move it higher up on the priority list depending on how many votes it gets. Hopefully I'll get some more participation in here. It looks like I've only got one viewer, so hello to you, whoever you are. I'll go ahead and read a couple of messages that have already been sent in the chat. For those of you who have been waiting, thank you for waiting. I appreciate it. So the first message is from Janardan Rao K. It says, hello, sir. Hello, right back at you, Mr. K. Next one is from J.A. Says, hey, how's things going for you? Going very well, actually. I took my little one, my littlest one, baby girl, to the pediatrician today for her 2-week appointment. She is 2 weeks old today, and everything's good. She's got a clean bill of health, and everybody's doing well. Baby's doing well. Mommy's doing well. Big sister's doing well. Hell, even our dog is doing well. Thank you very much for asking. J.A. also says, what state are you in? I am in South Carolina, which of course is in the Eastern time zone. Right now we're in daylight savings time, so that's the UTC, Universal whatever time. I don't know what UTC even stands for. UTC -4. That's the time zone I'm in. Got another message from Sai Sunith. It says, please post videos on hybridization and atomic structure. Cool. So we have our first category of the day requested. So perhaps I should zoom in on this a little bit. Zoom in. Hopefully this looks a little bit better. The text will be bigger. I could also change the font if I wanted to make it bigger. But all right, let me go ahead and jot those down. We have hybridization, and we have atomic structure. Wow, that's not how you spell structure. Let me try that again. Hybridization and atomic structure. By the way, if anybody else is in the chat and who thinks that this might be, these two topics are good, or one of those two topics is good, please let your voice be heard. That will determine how quickly the next video on this topic gets published. Just to, as a little for your information, I'm still more than happy to do these videos on these topics. However, I do have videos on these topics already. I have plenty of videos on hybridization. I have plenty of videos on atomic structure. If you are having trouble finding them, please let me know. Send me a message. You can type in the chat now. You can send me an email if you go to my channel page. There's an email address that says for business inquiries. You can email that. I'll get back to you as soon as I can. You could also find me on Discord. In addition to some other social media platforms, I'm on Discord. I've got my own server. Kind of just mess around in there at this stage. Haven't really done anything super groundbreaking in there. I'm just trying to assemble some people in there, and then we'll eventually make some cool stuff happen. So I'm on Discord. I'm also on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. You can find the links for all of these platforms on my channel page, youtube.com/BensChemVideos. There's a big banner at the top with an image of a periodic table on it. On the bottom right-hand corner of that banner, you can find little icons, and those are links to Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and Discord. My Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, in terms of how many followers I have, are pretty abysmal. Definitely trying to get as much love as I can on those platforms, which is why I recently put out a community post encouraging my followers to follow me on Instagram for an exclusive sneak preview of my latest video that I dropped yesterday, which was a Halloween themed video. Did something that it's not completely in my wheelhouse. Did a little tutorial on a Halloween activity that you can do with small children. I thought it was good, although I'm a little bit biased. So I would love to get some feedback on that if anybody's willing to give it. So far we have two different topics that have been requested: hybridization and atomic structure. And I'll emphasize again that I do have videos on these topics, so you're welcome to search for them, or if you can't find them, let me know and I'll send you some links. Okay, we have a message from Jackson Beckel, I think is how you pronounce that name. Hopefully I'm getting it right. Now this is a very specific one. It says the air within a cylinder equipped with a piston absorbs 565 joules of heat and expands from an initial volume of 0.10 liters to a final volume of 0.85 liters against an external pressure of 1 atmosphere. And the question asks, what is the change in internal energy of the air within the piston? What video would help me solve this or explain it? That's a great question. I'm going to, if you just give me a second here, I'm going to pull up my video about this. I have a video that addresses a very, very similar problem. It's called pressure volume work. So I'm just going to open up my YouTube studio here and search for that video. I'll send you a link to it, and you're more than welcome to look at it. And if that's not enough, and if you want to see another video with a pressure volume work problem, I am more than happy to make one. I'm trying to sort of make my videos lately, now that I've got my new/old setup, I'm trying to make my videos more sort of community oriented. I want to take requests and actually follow through on them. So how do I search? Give me just a second here. I'm just trying to locate the search. How do I search for a video? Let's see. Just a minute. Pressure volume work. Okay, I got it. I just have to copy the link and then I'll drop it in the chat. There we go. Still pretty new to this whole live streaming thing, so hasn't really become second nature to me yet, so bear with me if it takes some time. Okay, so pressure volume work video, and here is the link right there. Okay. So I got that there for you. And Jackson, yeah, I would really appreciate it if you could follow up on that. Let me know if that video clears things up for you, or if it doesn't. If it doesn't, I'd be happy to make another video doing a very similar problem. So basically, what's happening here is, right, it gives you, okay, so I'll try to explain it. I'll try to explain it as briefly as I can, and maybe I will sort of type it in the chat here. It's going to be a little crude because I don't really like it. Maybe next time I can set up my little graphics tablet. Like I have like a little tablet with a pen that I can use to draw freehand on the screen. So if you guys want to see a video like that where I'm actually drawing things and atoms and symbols and stuff like that, I'm more than happy to do that. In fact, that actually sounds like a pretty good idea. But basically what you have is, I'll type it up right here. You have delta E, which sometimes you'll see it as delta U, that's the internal energy change, is equal to the sum, put another space in that, is equal to the sum of the heat, which is Q, and the work, which is W, right? Now they've given you Q, right? That's pretty, undo that capitalization there. They've given you Q, right? So Q, that would be the 565 joules, right? And then they want you to figure out the work, and they want you to add that work once you figured it out to the heat, and then you'll get the internal energy change. So the equation, and in my video on pressure volume work, I actually sort of derive the expression for how to calculate the work associated with a volume change against an external constant pressure. So, and the equation that you end up with upon doing that derivation, upon deriving that equation, is that the work is equal to the product, or the negative product of the pressure and the change in volume. So you have work equals minus P delta V. And, you know, writing the word out like that, delta, is not really cutting it for me. I'm actually going to go in and insert a delta symbol, because I don't really like writing the word out there. I'd rather just use, you know, the symbol, like how it's actually going to look, you know, in your chemistry textbook or on your worksheets or exams or whatever. So you have work equals minus P delta V, right? And I'll go ahead and change the delta up here to a symbol for delta, right? So, and in this equation, right, you know P, right, because that's 1.00 atmospheres, right? And then you can figure out delta V pretty easily, right? Because that's just going to be the change in volume. It's going to be your final volume minus your initial volume, right? And it's an expansion, so you know that your delta V is going to be positive because your final volume is greater than your initial volume. So you said that your final volume was 0.85 liters, and we're going to subtract away from that, what, 0.10 liters. And that's going to end up being 0.75. Whoops, 0.75. Why is this not working? Did I accidentally hit the number lock button? 0.75 liters. So I'll go ahead and highlight some of the important things, right? So we know that the heat is 565 joules, and we know that this equation here, let's see if I can make that a different color. Bear with me here. So this equation is what we're going to use to find the work. We know that the pressure is 1 atmosphere, and we know that your volume change is equal to, whoops, do it this way, 0.75 liters, right? How can I highlight this? What am I doing? Oh, I had it. It was right in front of me and I didn't see it. Okay. So what do you think you should do at this point? I'm kind of spoon feeding you the whole problem, but I want to sort of get your back and forth participation on this. I don't want to just solve the whole thing for you. Hopefully at this point you can at least get started with it, and this will sort of get you in the right direction on how to move forward. But that would be, you know, a good place to start. So Jackson, any feedback that you want to provide on that would be great. I hope this has helped you out. I really sincerely hope that. So what else do we have? We have another request from Sai Sunith that says, I'm going to move this down. Another request from Sai Sunith that says, can you make a video on quantum spin? Quantum spin. And he follows that up by saying, there's no video in YouTube that creates a good intuition of that topic. Yeah, I could understand that. And I think the reason, a part of the reason for that is that, electron and spin is not really a very intuitive property. It's kind of an abstract, quantum thing where you kind of have to think about it, differently. When you think of the word spin, you think of something kind of, spinning around. You think like a gyroscope spinning, or a planet, spinning around, rotating around an axis. Electron spin isn't really the same thing as that. So if there's an opportunity to make a video that makes this concept more clear, then I think that would be great. So thank you for the suggestion. I really appreciate it. I've got it written down, and I can certainly make a video on it as soon as I can. Good stuff so far. Jackson Beckel says, so subtract P delta V from 565. Yes, although, so when you multiply your pressure in atmospheres by your volume in liters, you're not going to get joules. You're going to get liters atmospheres. So there's another step before you subtract the product of the pressure and the change in volume by your heat. You need to convert that product of pressure and volume. You need to convert the work from liters atmospheres to joules. And you could probably figure out or Google search what the conversion is. I don't remember it off the top of my head. The pressure volume work video for which I sent you the link, that video does show you how to perform that conversion from liters atmospheres to joules. So it's all there. You're more than welcome to check it out. But yeah, you're definitely correct though. You're right. Subtract P delta V from 565, and also make sure that you're following the proper sign convention. I like the fact that you said subtract, because if you think about it intuitively, right, instead of just sort of looking at symbols and positive and negative signs and stuff like that, like trying to memorize what should be positive, what should be negative. If you think about it from a more intuitive, like what is actually happening here point of view, the problem that you sent me clearly states that it's an expansion, right? If it's an expansion, that means that work is being done on the surroundings. So the system, because remember, you have two components, right? You have the system, which is the part of the universe that you're studying, and you have the surroundings, which is everything else. And the sign convention that is almost universally adopted among chemists and teachers and textbooks and everything is that if something is being done on the system by the surroundings, then it carries a positive sign. So if you see words like, on the system, or if you see absorbed, you have a system absorbing heat, that means it's positive, right? And if you have anything like expansion or something that's released into the surroundings, that means it's being done on the surroundings by the system, and that would be negative. So if you have an expansion, right, your volume is expanding because the system is doing work on the surroundings. So that means your work should carry a negative sign. Very, very good questions. Thank you. Thank you for submitting those questions. I really, really appreciate it. Anybody else has anything they want to talk about? I would be more than happy to discuss it. So scroll back up here to my video requests so far. I'll make this a little bit bigger. Let's see. Currently it's 11, so make it 16. Nice and big. So if anybody else has any sort of topics that they want to see a video on, I would love to know. This is your chance. Your voice will be heard. The video will be made. I'm not exactly sure of the timetable, but it will be sooner rather than later, just because I've switched from my, elaborate setup where I have a green screen behind me and I'm overlaying music over it and I'm doing all these, images and editing and this and that. I've gone from that back to what I used to do, which is just a camcorder looking downward at a whiteboard, and you don't have to see this ugly mug. It's just hearing my voice sort of talking the viewer through the lesson. And by the way, if you didn't get a chance to see my first video using this older style that I've posted very recently, check it out. It's a balancing chemical equations practice problem. So if anybody needs any help balancing chemical equations, I recommend checking out that video. I sincerely think it'll help you out. Okay, so it looks like I'm down to 0 concurrent viewers. Oh, it just jumped back to 2. So if anybody in here is new, first of all, thank you very much for joining the stream. I wholeheartedly appreciate it. So the whole purpose of this stream is to write down your requests. I have a Word document open. So far, I've been given 3 topics to do videos on, so I can do a video on all 3 of these topics. I do have plenty of videos on both hybridization and atomic structure, but if that's not enough, I'm just more than happy to make more videos on those topics. And then the third topic that I was sort of given or suggested was quantum spin, and I do have videos that discuss this. I don't have any videos that are solely dedicated to the concept of quantum spin or electron spin. So there's definitely an opportunity to make a video that's dedicated to that. So, all right. Another message in the chat is from Amit Kumar Malik. It says, hello, sir. Hello. Right back at you, Mr. Malik. I hope you're doing very, very well. I'd also like to take this opportunity to once again mention that for the last couple of streams, I have recently enabled super chats. So if anybody out there is feeling like they would like to send me a super chat, the holidays are coming up. 'Tis the season, right? So if anybody would be interested in sending me a super chat, I would wholeheartedly appreciate it. To all who are considering, thank you very, very much. Looks like we got a couple of new viewers in here. Thank you for joining us. Taking your requests using my old school but with new equipment style of making videos, which I'm really, really excited about. I've already gotten one done. It's a balancing chemical equations practice problem, and I already know which one I'm going to be doing next. I'm going to be doing a video that's basically like a response to a comment that somebody left me on my recent balancing chemical equations practice problem video. So plenty of work to be done, plenty of videos to make. And, I don't have to go back at work for another week, so I'll have some time. Like when my 2 daughters are napping, like they are right now, I can bang out some content for you. So looks like I'm back down to 0 concurrents. Kind of a bummer. Looks like people, at least at this time of day, it's 1:53 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. Seems like people at this time of day just aren't in the mood to tune into a stream and request a chemistry topic, which, it's good data. It's good to know. Maybe I'll do these streams at another time. But, jumped up to 5. Hello, all 5 of you. Hello. If you guys wouldn't mind typing in the chat, I just want to, I don't know, I'd like to get an idea of who's in here and who's still in here and who has just jumped in recently. So anybody who has jumped in recently, type a message in the chat. Let me know what's up. Let me know how you're doing. And also, most importantly, let me know if there are any chemistry topics that you would like to see discussed on this channel. Okay, so a message from Arat Tuladar. It's my best job at pronouncing it. I know that's probably not right. It says bomb calorimetry. That is a good topic. So I'll go ahead and type that down right here. Bomb calorimetry. By the way, I do have a video. It's not called the bomb calorimetry, but it's called constant pressure, or excuse me, not constant pressure. Let me strike that from the record. It's called constant volume calorimetry. And I'm actually looking for the link for that right now. So just give me a second here while I locate the link to my constant volume calorimetry video, which is basically the same thing as bomb calorimetry. And in this video, I talk about the apparatus that's used and the calculations and how to find the internal energy, the change of internal energy associated with a reaction that takes place inside a bomb calorimeter. So I think this video could help you out. So I'm going to drop that in the chat right now. Constant volume. Whoops. Typing it in. Calorimetry. Really? Okay. Okay. So I just dropped that in the chat. There's a link to my constant volume calorimetry video. Thank you for your request. I really appreciate it. Let me know if you watch that video. Let me know if there are still some things that need to be cleared up. If there are, I'm more than happy to make another video on it. There are several. Excuse me, somebody's calling me. Let me mute that. There are several ways to reach out to me. You can send me an email if you go to my channel page. There's a section, I think it's in the About section of the channel, where it says email for business inquiries. You can email me using that email address. You can contact me through various social media platforms. I'm on Facebook, I'm on Instagram, I'm on Twitter, and I have a Discord. If you want to find the link for any of those links can be found on my channel page, youtube.com/benschemvideos. The bottom right-hand corner of the channel banner at the top of the page has all those links: Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and Discord. So plenty of ways to contact me however you want. So Amit Kumar Malik says, VBT, please. I'm assuming you're talking about valence bond theory. So I'll just type in valence bond theory, because hybridization, which I already have up here, is a it's a valence bond theory concept. So hybridization and valence bond theory sort of go hand in hand. Hybridization is part of valence bond theory. So it looks like I've gotten 2 votes for valence bond theory / hybridization. So this is kind of the front runner. This will be the topic that gets discussed first out of the 4 that are listed on here. Sai Sunith, excuse me for stuttering. Sai Sunith asks, may I know what you do every day? I'm assuming you're talking about my job. I'm a chemist, full-time chemist. Right now I'm on leave because my daughter was born a couple of weeks ago, and I get 3 weeks of parental leave. So I will be back to work next Thursday. But yeah, I'm a chemist. I do research and development on active pharmaceutical ingredients, from early drug discovery all the way to phase 3 clinical trials. So there's the answer to that question. Amit Kumar Malik says, how to determine the limiting reagent in a chemical reaction? That's a very, very good question. So I'll type that in right here. That is a stoichiometry topic. So I'll type in stoichiometry. And in parentheses, I'll type in limiting reagent. It says I have confusion on that, rather. So I'm not sure if you're aware, but once again, I do have a video on limiting reagent and how to figure it out. It's called Limiting Reagent Theoretical Yield and Percent Yield. So I will search for that now. Let me copy that link over and I'll get it for you. Copying it now, and then I'm looking back into the chat. So, limiting reagent, theoretical yield, and percent yield video. And there's the link. And then another message from Adil Ghani. Thank you for joining us, Mr. Ghani. I really, really appreciate it. Says, I'm struggling on the rate determining step. I'm doing a level chemistry at the moment. Okay. I do have a much older video on this topic. So I'll go ahead and type in the topic. So rate limiting step, of course, is a chemical kinetics subtopic. So I'll type in chemical kinetics and I'll type in rate determining rate determining step. So let me go ahead and grab you the link to my old video on this. And again, all these links that I'm sending out, I'm not just trying to brush off your request. I am happy to make a video on whatever you guys want to. Just, in other words, just because I've already made a video on something doesn't mean that I'm not willing to make another video on the same topic. You know, practice makes perfect, and repetition is the key to success, and all that good stuff. So I'm going to, I'll send you that link, and I will, you know, leave this on the list of topics to discuss. So this video is called, let me scroll back here. This video is called Rate Limiting Step. Rate Determining Step and Rate Limiting Step are basically synonyms. They mean the same thing. The video is called Rate Limiting Step and the Requirements for a Valid Mechanism. Kind of a long-winded title. I probably should have gone with something shorter, but Rate Limiting Step video. And I'll go ahead and drop that link for you right there. So, yeah, you know, what I'm hearing with all of this, by the way, thank you guys for all the participation. I really, really appreciate your chat messages. And if anybody feels so inclined to send me a super chat, I do have super chats enabled. I work pretty hard making this content, so if anybody would like to send a super chat as a token of their appreciation for all of my hard work, hey, I'd certainly appreciate it. Are you required to? Absolutely not. My content is free. It will always be free. But, you know, it's nice to get that monetary appreciation. I'll just be straight with you. So there's my the link to the rate limiting step video. Says, thanks, man. Yeah, you're very welcome. You guys are very, very welcome. Happy to do it. So what I was getting at earlier was basically what I'm hearing in this conversation is that it looks like, you know, people are aware that I exist. I'm assuming that, you know, most of the folks who are in this stream are subscribed to me and have gotten a notification that I'm doing a live stream. But perhaps my content isn't very searchable. In other words, perhaps it hasn't been made super clear and super obvious how to find a topic that I may have discussed before. So that's really the question is, you know, if you're you know, wondering whether or not I have a video associated with a given concept or experiment or a problem or a topic, how would you go about finding it? So perhaps I could upload a video pretty soon about that, about how to find my content. Because the way that I've sort of organized my content is I've sort of grouped videos together in playlists, and the playlists sort of represent like chapters in a chemistry book, right? So I have a chapter for, you know, stoichiometry and aqueous reactions. I have a chapter for, you know, like a playlist for chemical bonding. I have a playlist for the quantum mechanical model of the atom. I have a playlist for thermochemistry and all the rest of it. So that's kind of how my content is organized, if anybody doesn't know that. So if you go to my channel page, I think I don't know. I haven't customized my channel page in a while. I'm not exactly sure what it looks like, which is kind of embarrassing, but whatever. On my channel page, like the main, you know, box that you see, you know, is the playlists, because that's probably the easiest way to find my content, other than, you know, perhaps searching for, you know, Ben's Chem videos and then, you know, whatever topic that you think I might have a video for. So, Chris K23, by the way, Chris, welcome to the stream. Thank you for joining us, and thank you for your question. Chris asks, do you have anything regarding trends on the periodic tables? Yes, I do. Let me see if I can find, I'm pretty sure I have a playlist called, it's either called Periodic Properties of the Elements, or it's called Periodicity. So we'll see. I'm just trying to locate my playlists here. Give me just a second. If I could send you a link to a playlist that has all these periodic trend videos in it, I think that would be ideal. Yes, so it looks like there are 4 videos on it. Copy link. Let's see if I can send you this link right here. It looks like this playlist is incomplete though. It looks like there's at least one more video that I'm thinking of that I can add to this playlist. It's my electronegativity video that I uploaded recently. So there's like kind of another video that needs to be on this playlist and it's not on it. So periodic properties, I'm typing it up right now. Let's see. Not, yeah, the playlist, the word playlist is missing the Y. Let me correct that. And I'll type, let's see. So hopefully that link right there will take you to the playlist. Let me know if it doesn't work. I'm happy to try it another way. But this playlist has 4 videos in it. The first one is called Why Does the Periodic Table Have Such a Funky Shape, which is kind of an ambiguous title, but it's basically all about like an introduction to electron configurations, because, you know, electron configurations and, you know, orbital blocks and things like that, that's really the true origin of how the periodic table gets its shape, and it's also kind of the true origin of the reason why chemical properties of elements reappear periodically when you arrange them in order of increasing atomic number. That's called periodic law. My second video in my periodic properties playlist is called Electron Configurations for Multi-Electron Atoms. So by multi-electron atom, I just mean any atom that has more than 1 electron in it, which would include helium all the way to the last element. I can't remember what the highest atomic number element is that's been discovered, but so it goes into, you know, how to write those electron configurations, and there's a lot to unpack. There's a lot of, you know, things like the Aufbau principle, relative energy ordering of orbitals, Hund's rule, all kinds of rules and principles that you have to sort of know and have a good understanding of to be able to write what they call the ground state electron configuration for any element in the periodic table. It's a 12-minute video. I kind of go through it pretty quickly, but there's a lot of information packed into those 12 minutes. The third video is all about atomic radius, which is basically just about the size of atoms, how atoms sort of get their size, and then also it discusses the atomic radius trend. You know, what happens to atomic radius going from left to right across a period of the periodic table, what happens to atomic radius as you move down a group of the periodic table. And then the next video is pretty similar, but it's a different property. The next video, the last video in my periodic properties playlist, is called Ionization Energy. So it talks about definition of ionization energy and also, the ionization energy trend. Again, what happens to ionization energy as you move down a group, or if you move from left to right across a period of the periodic table. So yeah, I definitely have videos on those topics. So I'm glad to share them with you. But if like I said before, and I'll say it again, if those topics, if those videos aren't cutting it, if you still need more clarification, or if you just want to see more, let me know. I'm happy to make more videos on the same topic. There's no rule that says I have to cover a topic only once. And if there is that rule, I'm going to break it. So, Amit Kumar Malik says, "Sir, you teach well and deserve more subs." Thank you. I'm not really concerned with subscribers so much as I am active viewers. I put a video out, and I work, like for instance, my most recent video on bond energy, right? That only has a couple of hundred views, and I thought I did a really good job on it. The comments seem to be really positive, getting good feedback. Just not getting a lot of views on it, though. I don't know. I mean, I guess it's kind of too early to tell. I was looking through the history and analytics of some of my most viewed videos, and a lot of them didn't really pick up traction and pick up steam until several months after they were uploaded. For what reason, I have no idea. So I shouldn't get too discouraged when I see these low view counts early on. But nonetheless, it's like, damn, I work hard and I only got like a couple hundred videos over the course of like an entire month. So, did I say a couple hundred videos? I mean, a couple hundred views over the course of an entire month. So, Adil Ghani says, quick question, when will you be going over these video requests, or will you make a video on each topic? Yeah, definitely going to make at least one video on each topic. As far as the timeline, I don't know, maybe within a couple of weeks. It's hard to give any concrete, answer to that question of when I'll be doing it, because schedule is pretty volatile. I've got two daughters. One's a toddler, one's an infant, so they're kind of unpredictable. The infant is a little bit more predictable, but nonetheless requires a lot of time to take care of her, especially at night. I haven't gotten a good night's sleep in about 2 weeks. 2 weeks ago was when my daughter was born. So yeah, as far as when, as soon as I can. I know that's a shitty answer, but as soon as I can. But good question, though. I appreciate your curiosity. Amit Kumar Malik says, balancing a redox, please. Ooh, good idea. I don't think I have any videos on that. So, balancing redox equations. Very good. I love it. So just to go over the topics so far that people have sort of requested, I've got hybridization / valence bond theory, and I've got another person requested that, so I put a +1 here. I've got atomic structure, I've got quantum spin, I've got bomb calorimetry, I've got stoichiometry, specifically the concept of limiting reagent and how to find it. I've got chemical kinetics, specifically the concept of rate determining step. Or rate limiting step, you may know it by that name. And then finally, I've got balancing redox equations. So if anybody in here likes any of these topics, if anybody in here agrees, like, let's say somebody else wants to see a video about rate determining step, let me know, and I'll put a little +1 on it, and it'll be moved up to the top of the list right there with hybridization. And I'll just do it like that. The more votes I get on these topics, the sooner I'll make them. The higher up they'll be on the priority list. Kai says hi. Hello, Kai. Thank you, Kai, for your continued support. It's really nice to see you again. I hope that you are doing magnificently. So I just got a text from somebody important to me, and I need to be leaving pretty soon. I'll spend maybe just a couple more minutes on here, briefly, just a couple of brief minutes on here. By the way, if anybody wants to squeeze in a last minute super chat, I wouldn't reject it. It would be nice. But anyway, thus far though, I really, really do appreciate the commentary. Thank you for chiming in. Thank you for letting your, voicing your requests. I really appreciate it. I really want to make my channel more community driven. I want to do right by you guys. I want to provide what you want, and so that's why I'm doing this stream. The last stream I did, I was just kind of messing around, chatting with you guys, playing a video game, and that wasn't the best received stream I've ever done. You know, people coming in the comments like, or in the chat going, I thought this was a chemistry channel. What's he doing playing a game? And, you know, I'm confused. Is this a chemistry channel or a gaming channel and this and that? It's like, I like playing video games, man. You know, what's wrong with that? What's wrong with discussing chemistry while playing a video game? I don't think there's anything wrong with it, but at least this way I have this Word document. I can save it. I can print it out. I can put it on my wall, and I can, you know, cross things off as they get done. And that'll sort of help me be more organized and get on task with this stuff. So that's kind of the goal. Kai says, I'm good. Hope you and the family are doing great. Thanks. Yeah, we certainly are. We certainly are. As I said earlier in the stream, I took my 2-week-old daughter to the pediatrician today for her 2-week appointment. She's doing really, really well. Everybody in the family is doing well too. So Kai says, have a good one. Yeah. Maybe hopefully I'll start up a new stream soon and you can join it early on and we can have a, you know, more of a longer discussion. Also, maybe I could do another stream where I actually announce it in advance. This one was kind of off the cuff. Amit Kumar says, I too listen to music while doing math. It's fun. Yeah, I like doing that too. In fact, yesterday and the day before were Amazon Prime Day, and I ordered myself a new pair of wireless earbuds. I haven't had a good pair of functioning wireless earbuds in a long time. I ordered the Amazon Echo Buds. I like having, you know, Echo devices. I like talking to Alexa, telling her to do my work for me. So I just pulled the trigger and ordered them. They were on sale from like $130 down to like $80. So I was like, screw it. I'll order them. Hopefully I don't come to regret that decision. But all right, I'm going to go ahead and end the stream. Again, thank you guys so much. Didn't get any super chats today. Oh, too bad, but that's okay. I got a lot of good information. Got a lot of good information about what topics to discuss. Sai Sunith just asked me a question, but I'm afraid I'm out of time, so it'll have to, you know, copy that text, paste it somewhere where you can save it. And you can ask me another time. I'll be happy to answer it. So yeah, that's it. As I said before, I am also, in addition to being on YouTube, I'm also on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and Discord. I'll say that again: Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and Discord. So if you guys want to follow me on any of those platforms, you can easily find the links to my profiles on those platforms by going to my YouTube channel page. That's youtube.com/Ben's Chem Videos, and click on the bottom right-hand corner of the channel banner that's located at the top of my channel page, and you'll find little icons. You'll find the little F for Facebook. You'll find the little camera lens thing for Instagram. You'll find the little bird thing for Twitter, and you'll find the little game controller-looking thing for Discord. So I would be thrilled to see you guys on those platforms. I have very, very low followings on all of them, especially Twitter. My Twitter has like 13 followers or something really sad like that. So I would love to sort of reach out, expand more, and and have discussions on a variety of these platforms. So if you have any of those, if you're on any of those social media platforms, please show me some support, give me a follow. I would thoroughly appreciate it. Amit Kumar Malik says, sorry for the super chat. Hey, don't be, man. It's all good. I'll be doing these streams again at some point, so you're welcome to save it for later. No worries. All right, so that is it. Love you guys. Thanks again. More educational videos coming very soon, and take care. Bye.